So it's finally a way that I'ma make way for. In a life that I kiss, I'ma live me more.
Vegans are always getting told that this shit is all based on opinion, that this is just about beliefs. The word belief, the word opinion, and even the word religion comes up when people talk to vegans about veganism. An opinion is something that can't be proven, like purple being the best color. Here are only some of the scientifically proven facts. Over 70 billion animals are slaughtered every year for human consumption. 99% of these animals come from factory farms. Switching to grass-fed, free-range, etc. doesn't alleviate the problem. We just don't have the resources and we don't have the land space to pull off feeding everybody in this way. We'd have to have 3 planets to be exact. This is not the way that it's always been. In 2016, we slaughtered more animals in one day than we did in a whole year just 100 years ago. 100 years ago, we had fewer than 2 billion people on this planet. Now we have over 7 billion humans on this planet. Not coincidentally, 100 years ago is when factory farms started. 100 years ago, it would take a chicken 132 days to become full-sized. Now, it takes 42 days. Chickens are genetically modified, they're pumped full of hormones, steroids, and anything else to grow as big as they can so that they can be sent to slaughter a lot quicker. Animal agriculture is the leading cause of environmental destruction. It's the leading cause of deforestation. It's the leading cause of climate change. It's the leading cause of ocean dead zones. It's the leading cause of land erosion. It's the leading cause of all of those things and more. Cows are artificially inseminated, aka raped. That word is used by the dairy industry if you think I'm being extreme. Look up rape rack. Cows are raped every second of every day. Once they become pregnant, their calf is taken away from them. Obviously, biologically speaking, that milk is intended for the calf, but the calf is taken away from their mother. The bond between a cow and a calf is just as strong as the bond between a human and their baby. A cow's natural lifespan is 20 years. They're slaughtered at 4 years. I've seen them being slaughtered at even younger age than that. But I'm going to be conservative here and say that the average is 4 years. The oldest cow in recorded history was 43 years old. Pigs are kept in gestation crates. Basically a crate where they can either stand up and they can sit down, and there are the only options they have in life. They don't get to turn around and they don't see the light of day. Sitting there or standing there, and then they are sent to slaughter. Talk about torture. Factory farmed animals are all debeaked, dehorned, mutilated and castrated, all without the use of antibiotics or any other painkillers. Animals feel pain. They are sentient beings. If you've ever stepped on your dog's foot, you know what I'm talking about. Humans feel the same way that the animals that we kill for needless food consumption feel because we are animals. Many animals reach the slaughterhouse when they're sick, infected, diseased, beaten, and abused. As long as they're still alive, they can be slaughtered for meat. Many animals are fully conscious as they have their throats slit and they have their blood drained out. Others are dropped into scalding hot baths, beheaded, or put in gas chambers, and these are all industry standards. The animals that humans claim to own as property produce approximately 130 times more excrement than the entire human population combined. That excrement runs off into the oceans and is the #1 cause of ocean dead zones. Animal agriculture uses 70% of the Earth's fresh water. 1/3 of that is used just to produce grain to feed to these animals. 26% of the world's land space is used for grazing livestock. 33% is used for growing feed to feed to these animals. 51% of the global greenhouse gases are attributed to animal agriculture. 70% of the grain that's grown in the United States is fed to animals. Livestock grazing impacts 14% of endangered and threatened animals. It also impacts 33% of endangered and threatened plants. It takes 4.5 pounds of plant food to produce 1 pound of chicken flesh. Humans who eat cow flesh are using 160 times more land resources than people who eat a plant-based diet. Ask yourself this: why are you paying the very wages of the people in our society that are cruel to animals? Why are you supporting an industry that functions solely to exploit, torture, and stab animals in the throat? And lastly, why are you even consuming their tortured bodies? Humans have no biological requirement to consume animal flesh or the nasty shit that comes out of animals. Humans thrive on plant-based diets. World-class athletes thrive on plant-based diets. The consequences, such as heart disease, cancer, hypertension, multiple sclerosis, and other diseases that have been reversed with a plant-based diet and have been shown to prevent them. These should be all common knowledge at this point, and if you're unaware, I'll leave a link below this video. And don't be fooled, there is no such thing as humane slaughter. Those words, humane and slaughter, literally mean opposite things. So to put those two words together makes it an oxymoron. Only until you do your own research with an open mind will you realize the atrocity and the injustice. You cause the least amount of harm to the planet and the least amount of harm to yourself if you eat a plant-based diet and you eat it mindfully. But even if you don't give a fuck about your own health, which you have the right to not give a fuck about, and you want to be a junk food vegan, which is very easy to do and very delicious to do, then you can do that as well, and at least you're causing the least amount of harm and suffering towards the animals and the planet. So I plead you to look into eating vegan and to being vegan. I'll leave a link below. There's a website called Vegan Kit, which I really like. I'll leave that below, and feel free to email me at any point if you have any questions or concerns that pertain to that. And I'll see you in the next video. Hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a like if you liked it. My name is Paul Bashir, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Well, clearly, that food poisoning or whatever you had didn't bother you in this fight.
Neither of them had a fight camp. Conor McGregor kind of did, because he was training for Dos Anjos.